Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Unboxing the Vinyl. I'm your host, Tim Bianconi. If you would, go ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel below. That would be greatly appreciated. If you could also hit that notification button so you could be notified when we put out new content, that would be appreciated as well. So today is Record Store Day. It's also Black Friday 2021. And I went out this morning, stood in line at my local record store, and got the 2 records for Record Store Day that I really wanted. So this will be part 1 of a 2-part video of my Record Store Day loot, so to speak. So the first record that we're going to talk about now and unbox now is by a band called Saigon Kick. They're a band from Florida. They've been around since the early 90s. And their second record, which is my absolute favorite of theirs, is called The Lizard. So this album was released on May 18th, 1992. It is their second record. It was recorded in Sweden. On the Billboard charts, it reached as high as number 80, which doesn't seem like that high, but it did sell decently. It has been certified gold by the Record Industry Association of America. And this contains the most well-known song on this album is a song called Love Is On The Way. It is a ballad, an acoustic ballad. It reached as high as number 12 on the Billboard charts and was also certified gold. And unfortunately for the band, that song, while as beautiful as it is, doesn't necessarily represent the rest of the catalog of this band. But again, it is what it is, and they did have a major hit with it, and that's what drove this album to gold status. So let's go ahead and take a look here. So here's the front cover of the record, and you can see the hype sticker at the bottom with the Record Store Day logo and everything on it. So really cool. I don't know if this was ever released on vinyl before. I guess I could research that and maybe put something down at the bottom. Actually, never mind. It says right there on the hype sticker, it says US vinyl debut for the 1992 Smash album. So again, there it is. So let's go ahead and rip this bad boy open. See if I can find a corner here to open it up. This is always the fun part of the video. All right. So there's a little tear here. All right. Trying to do this without damaging anything. Yeah, I've really been looking forward to this. And when I was standing in line this morning, I was so worried because I didn't get in line early. I got in line maybe about 15 minutes before the store opened, and I was about maybe 25, 30 people deep. And I really thought this was going to be the first things to go, one of the first things to go. But when I got in there, they still had 2 copies of it, so I was very excited. All right, so I've ripped the cellophane off, and I want to make sure I keep the hype sticker, so I'll cut that out and put it in with the record later, but we'll just put it down there for right now. All right, so here we go. Saigon Kick, The Lizard. An amazing record. Amazing, amazing, amazing record. I love this record. I always have, since the moment I got it. So there's the front cover. There's the back cover with the members of the band, track listing, production, and some other information there at the bottom. This is totally, an Atlantic Records release, so this isn't licensed out to, Rhino or anything else. It's a straight Atlantic release, which is really cool. So let's go ahead and pull out the inside. All right, so I'm going to pull out the inside sleeve, and let me just see if there's anything else in there. All right, so there isn't. So let's pull out the inside sleeve here, and right here on this side, you've got a picture of the band, as well as a lot of liner notes and special things and everything else. Not really sure. Yeah, I don't see anything. It's not like it's telling you the story of the album. That's just a lot of people they're thanking there at the bottom there. So again, there you go, the band as they looked in 1992. And if you flip over to the back side, you have a lyric sheet. So there's all the lyrics for the record. And this mirrors exactly what was inside the CD booklet and the cassette booklet because I've had them both. And I actually have some previous videos where I discussed this record in very short order. If you go back and you look at my Rock Candy Records video, and I think I also did a video on in-between bands, and I'll come back to that in a little bit. So I've done a little bit on this record before, but never a video just solely dedicated to the Lizard. So let's go ahead and open this bad boy up, or pull the record out. And the vinyl, if I pull it out, is, ooh, nice green splatter, excuse me, not spatter. All right, so we got this cool green and yellow splatter. And the inside sticker is pretty basic, just says Saigon Kick the Lizard with the track listing. If I flip it over, you see the same thing on the side too. I'm really excited once this video is over to, you know, slap this on one of my turntables and listen to it. I have waited a long time to get something like this on vinyl. I know their first record came out recently on vinyl. And admittedly, I like that album, but, you know, I don't like that album anywhere near as much as I do The Lizard or the album Water that came out after The Lizard. Just my preference, whatever. So let's talk about the album for a second. So like I said, I previously did a video where I talked about some in-between bands. And what I mean by that are bands that fell somewhere between the hair metal era and the grunge alternative era. And unfortunately, some bands like a Saigon Kick, you know, maybe had some things in common with the hair band. I mean, certainly Love Is on the Way is featured on a lot of the Monster Ballad albums and stuff like that. But the rest of their music and everything probably fits more with, you know, what became, you know, grunge, alternative, or, you know, whatever the mid-90s movement was. Probably fits more in with that, but because of the ballad and because of the time they kind of came out, unfortunately, they get lumped in more with the hair bands, which is pretty unfair. I mean, you know, I guess you could argue they look the part, but still, if you listen to the music on this record, it's it's not hair bandy at all. You know, and the vocal harmonies between Matt Kramer and Jason Bieler are just amazing. I mean, very reminiscent of Alice in Chains. Maybe not quite as dark as Alice in Chains, but very reminiscent. Just a very eerie sounding vocal harmonies they have. I think are fantastic. Some of the highlights on this album, I mean, Hostile Youth, you know, it's just a total badass song. And that was the first introduction I had to them from this record while watching Headbangers Ball as like a 16-year-old kid. Feel the Same Way, another awesome song. God of 42nd Street. My Dog is kind of weird and sick, but kind of a funny tune. Peppermint Tribe is cool. Love Is on the Way. I mean, pretty much the entire first side. Second side, you've got the title track. You've got All Alright. You've got All I Want, Body Bags. I mean, it's just song after song after song after song. Really, really cool record. Really different. I actually think, and the reason for me, it, you know, even more so that it stinks that they got lumped in with the hair band era is because I think this is one of those bands that has a very distinct sound that's all their own. It didn't sound like anybody else in the hair band era. There might be some parallels with some of the grunge that was coming out at the time, but this band had a very, very distinct sound that nobody else had. They sounded like no one else. And that really set them apart for me. And so check these guys out. Saigon Kick. You won't be disappointed. That's all I've got for you today. Again, if you would go ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel below. Also hit that notification button so you can be notified when we put out new content. I've got some other things out there. I've got the rest of my Unboxing the Vinyl series where we open up new albums, reissues, box sets, all sorts of stuff. I've got the rest of my Inside the Vinyl series where we talk about lost classics and live albums. I've got live footage from some concerts, from some festivals from a few years ago, Exit 111, Welcome to Rockville. I'm working on some new stuff. It's just taking a little bit longer than expected. And I've also got some crappy disc golf videos starring some very mediocre players, myself included. So again, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Peace out.